Okay, let's talk about one more thing. I don't think 74 would be an outlier in this data, but I do think 54 would be an outlier. So if you have an outlier, then there's a different way that you're supposed to graph that. For outliers, what we usually do is we put an asterisk, okay? And we don't put our whisker all the way out to that minimum. We usually stop at the next number. So that's an 81 for this data. So I would only put my whisker out to about 81. And I'd erase the rest of this. But what you're going to see is they don't put that, you know how we put this vertical line? We don't put that vertical line because technically we don't stop till out here, but that's an outlier. So our next smallest number is way up here.
Makes it look a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah, it does make it look a lot better for them. I should have let that be third and that be fifth. That's what I should have done. Okay, so that's by hand. Now I'm going to show you how to do it on a calculator, because the calculator will draw the picture for you too. Now, if you're taking a test and the purpose is for you to do this on the paper because they explicitly say draw a box and whisker plot, then you're going to have to do it by hand. Other than that, you can do this on a calculator and look at the pictures on the calculator. So we're going to start with our data from fifth period. Now, the nice thing about using the calculator is that you do not have to put them in numerical order. The calculator will take care of that for you. Okay? So I'm going to go to Stat. I'm going to go to Edit. I'm going to clear my list. Remember, do not push Delete. You go up, you push Clear, and then you go back down. Now, I wrote all over these numbers, so I'm going to look at this list of numbers. So I'm going to put these in here. Again, just so you can double check, there were 8 numbers in the list. This says I'm getting ready to put in number 9, so I have 8 numbers in there. I tend to leave numbers out. I have to be really careful. Okay, now I'm just going to show you how to do a box and whisker plot. Then we're going to go back and do the other one so we can see what they look like when we compare them. So I'm going to quit this screen. So second and the mode key quits the screen. And I want to plot statistics. So see where it says y equals? Right above it, it says stat plot. I'm going to go to second and stat plot. And push enter. I'm going to turn it on. Now I'm going to push the down cursor key. And I have 6 different choices here. This is a scatter plot. That's a scatter plot, but they connect. This is a histogram. This is a box and whisker plot with outliers. And this is a box and whisker plot ignoring outliers. I want to do the one with the outlier because I think that 54 is an outlier. And then I go down here. Notice, I click on it so you can select it. I'm sorry. Notice how when I clicked on that, this changed. It says X list. It defaults to list 1. And we want it to be list 1, so we're good. Ignore the frequency. We don't really need the mark because we're doing a box and whisker plot. So it does lines, so it doesn't matter. Now, to see that box and whisker plot, I want it to put it in. I want it to put it in there so that it's symmetric and I can see it really well. So I'm going to let the calculator figure out what my screen needs to look like. So I go to Zoom, And if you go all the way down to choice number 9, it says Zoom Stat. What the calculator does is it goes and it reads the numbers in that list and it adjusts the window according to your numbers. So it gives you the best picture. So I always use Zoom 9. And I push enter. And there's my box.